Hi, Keith here from Academy of Bass, and welcome to my new weekly bass takeaway series in which you're going to learn a new harmonic or rhythmic device every single week that you can plug into your playing and start using straight away. As with all of these series of lessons, I'm going to assume that you've got little or no prior knowledge, because that way, as we work through every lesson in the series, there won't be any gaps in your understanding. Now, today's lesson is the first of the Blues Bass series, and before I get into talking about anything to do with specific bass lines or the notes that we use, I'm going to look at three fundamental rhythms that are going to be the foundation of every single blues bass line that you'll play. Everything that I'm playing today is in the key of A, so the notes that I'm playing are A at the 5th fret of the E string, D at the 5th fret of the A string, and E at the 7th fret of the A string. This first rhythm is really straightforward, so I'm simply going to play one note on every beat of the bar. A, to D, back to A, and to E, and D, back to A. So that's a nice simple rhythm that really drives the music on, and I like to call it a stomp. But you might have noticed that all of the notes that I played were quite short. So I was playing a short pulsing line, and none of the notes that I played lasted for the full length of each beat. So I'm going to play that again, but this time make sure that every single note that I play lasts for the full length of every beat. The rhythm produced from those longer notes drives the music in a really different way, so we've still got a one note per beat pulse, but this time we've got a much smoother pulse, and it's actually the foundation of walking bass lines. And in a later lesson in this series, I'm going to be looking at how we create really great walking blues bass lines. In this next rhythm, instead of only playing one note on every beat of the bar, we're going to play two notes on every beat of the bar. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're playing 8 notes in the bar, or 8 eighth notes. And the rhythm this time is much more driving, and it's much rockier too. So we've got another simple but driving rhythm there, and this 8th note bass line is the basis of so many other blues bass lines. So this is like a country rock blues. So you can hear that there are lots and lots of different types of rhythms that are derived from that basic 8th note pulse. For this third and final rhythm, I'm going to look at the most iconic blues rhythm, and that's the shuffle. Now the shuffle is synonymous with a triplet, and all a triplet is a group of 3 beats or 3 notes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to superimpose a group of 3 notes on each one of our 4 beats in the bar. So we get this: 1, 2, 3, 4. And to get a shuffle bass line from that, all we do is play the first and third note in each one of those groups of 3. So instead of getting 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, we get 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. And this is what it sounds like on the bass. You can hear straight away that that sounds like a typical blues bass line, but I'm playing both of those notes short, so I'm playing 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. And in a traditional shuffle bass line, the first note will actually last longer, so the first note that we play will last for the first 2 beats of that triplet, so it will be 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, and that first note is also heavily accented. So this is what it sounds like in comparison. So we've got 3 really strong driving rhythms there that are going to provide the foundation for every single blues bass line that you play. Let me know in the comments below which you prefer, whether it's the stomp, the more rocky driving 8th note rhythm, or the traditional shuffle. By the way, there's a PDF for this lesson, so I'll post a link to that below. Make sure you grab it. In the next lesson of this series, I'm going to be looking at the harmony that's going to help us play some really great blues bass lines, so keep an eye out for that. In fact, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification. That way you won't miss out on what I'm releasing. Thanks for joining me today. Look forward to seeing you again, and in the meantime, happy practicing.